Namo Buddhaya. Welcome and welcome back to another video. From today's video, we are going to answer one of the most frequently asked questions in Buddhism. Can we change our karma? Or can we change our past karma? Can we do anything about it? Now, to understand about this, first we need to understand what karma is. Now, in almost all the Indian religions, there are a lot of teachings about karma. Karma is a bigger teaching in almost all the Indian religions. In Hinduism, in Jainism, in Buddhism, there are a lot of teachings about karma. But the Buddhist approach of karma, or the Buddhist way of definition of karma, is slightly different than the other Indian religions, right? So this is how Buddha defined the karma. The Buddha says, Chetanahang bhikkhave kamang vadami. Monks, I say, intention is the karma. So when it comes to these statements from the Buddha means is that karma, the action, is more of a mind-related thing. That is why the Buddha says intention is karma. So intentions are generated in our mind. So what Buddha saw is that it is not just the action, it is the intention behind the action what defines the karma. So this is the Buddhist definition of karma. Now we'll come to the question. What is it? Can we change the karma? Right? Now, first of all, we need to correct the question and then answer it. Why? Because karma, what people mean by asking, can we change karma, is that can I change what I have done in the past, and can I change the consequences of those karma? Okay? So first we need to understand that karma, or this intention, is generated right now, right here. Right? The karma is not something that is past. Karma is something that you do right now, this present moment. Right? So this present moment, the karma can be changed. Why? Because it is always your choice. The choice is a karma. Your choice is totally under your control. Some people think that, okay, our choices and our experiences are not totally under our control. The choices that we make are predetermined, or due to the past karma, we make choices right now. But Buddha did not agree to this idea. What Buddha says is, yes, your life is affected by the past karma, but it is not the only thing that your life is affected. But you can change your karma by making good choices, by taking the right action. That is why Buddha praised a lot about the taking right action. So understand that karma happens right now, and that means the karma is totally under your control. But what people ask is that, can I change the karma? No. First you need to correct the question, can we change the consequences of our karma? Which means vipaka. Now, with the package of karma, there comes another word which is not much famous, and that is vipaka. Vipaka means the consequences of karma. So basically what karma is, the cause and effect phenomena. That means we make causes for something and there will be an effect because of that cause. We do some actions and then we get consequences of those actions. So this is the basic understanding of karma. So can we change vipaka? It is not totally under our control. We don't know what we have done in the past. So the only thing that we can do is just to go through those experiences. Now, it is also important to remember that our life is not totally dependent on karma. Karma is only one thing that our life is affected. Okay? So let's say you're going through a consequence of your past karma. So can you do anything about that? You can't do it, because only thing that you can do is you have to face that experience. But you can change how you react to that experience, right? Whether it is good or bad, you can take right action, right choice, right now, right here, to face that in a good way. So if we take the right action and right choice right here, then we can stop the karma repeating again and again. Right? Let's say you're going through a bad experience due to a past karma, and if you react the same way, right? If you fall down, if you become angry, if you spread hate because of that pain and suffering, then you create some more suffering karma to go through some bad experiences in the future. But if you take right action and if you become wise and patient and mindful, then you can stop the karma from repeating. So in that way, you take control of your choices. So understand, basically, there is very few space for us to take control of what we have done in the past and the consequences of them, but we totally have the control that we make the choice right now, right here. So keep this beautiful advice from the Buddha in your heart and be happy. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Welcome to another video. From today's video, I want to introduce you to another simple practice of mindfulness. Now, in an earlier video, we talked about the practice of mindfulness in breathing meditation, how to do it, when to apply it, and how to apply it. And in that video, we talked about that if you are specially focusing on mindfulness in breathing, to do that, you have to come to a seated position to practice it, to be focused in it. But in this practice that I'm going to introduce to you today, you don't need to come to a seated, specifically you don't need to come to a seated position. You can practice this while walking, while sitting down, while lying down, and also while standing, in all four postures, right? So this is a very simple yet practical practice of mindfulness that you can add to your daily life. So what is this practice? This practice is called Iriyapatha. That is the word that was given by the Buddha for this practice. So the Iriyapatha, the word Iriyapatha can be simply translated into English as mindfulness in all four postures. What is it? Mindfulness in all four postures, right? So let's take a look at how Buddha defines this Iriyapatha meditation. The Buddha says, again, bhikkhus, when walking, a bhikkhu understands, I am walking. When standing, he understands, I am standing. When sitting, he understands, I am sitting. When lying down, he understands, I am lying down. Or he understands accordingly, however his body is disposed. Now this is the definition that was given by the Buddha for this meditation, how to do it. What the Buddha teaches about this meditation, the Buddha says, Buddha refers to the bhikkhus. Bhikkhus are the monks, right? But this can be applied to everyone's life. The Buddha says, again bhikkhus, when walking, a bhikkhu understands that I am walking. Now what Buddha teaches us is that when you're walking, understand that you're walking. And then the Buddha says, when standing, he understands that I am standing. When you're standing, simply understand that you're standing. When sitting down, we have to understand you're sitting down. And while lying down, you have to understand while lying down. And then collectively the Buddha says that in whichever the position that you're in whichever the posture that you're in, you have to understand accordingly. Now in this explanation, Buddha refers specially to a word called understand. Now what is the meaning of understand? How can we understand the word understand? This is the general explanation, and this is how we understand the word understand. In this explanation, what Buddha refers to as understand is that simply be aware of current posture, right? If you take a close look at how your body is placed right now, right? Right now, you may be listening to this video or listening to this audio while walking. So that means you have to understand, okay, now I am walking. And then maybe you're sitting down and listening to this video, right? Then what you have to do? You have to simply be aware of your current posture. I am sitting, right? Or maybe you're lying down on the bed and listening to this video. Then you have to understand that I am lying down, right? Or maybe you're listening to this audio while waiting for the bus, standing, right? What do you have to do? Simply be aware of the posture. But then, again, how to do it? So I introduced, in an earlier video also, I introduced you to a simple question that you can ask from yourself to be a little bit aware of yourself or practice mindfulness. What is it? You can ask from yourself, what am I doing right now? What is the question? What am I doing right now? Just ask that question from yourself right now. Then you can answer it. What am I doing right now? You can, if you become aware of your posture, then you can say, okay, I'm sitting down, right? Then you can be aware of the feelings that helps you to understand the sitting posture, right? Let's say the feelings of your buttocks, then you can feel it, right? That is how we understand that our posture. And then the feelings of your hand, the feelings of your back, right? How the body is placed. You simply be aware of it, right? So when you do that, you bring your mind that was wandering in the past or in the future simply to this present moment, right? Right now, this posture is happening. The feelings that is generated through this posture is happening right now. So all we got to do is to be aware of these feelings, right? So you can do this anytime during the day, right? Let's say you're traveling by the bus, right? You're commuting by the bus to your workplace. Most of the time when people are in the bus, either they listen to something or listen to a song, or maybe they scroll in the social media. That's what they do, right? Or maybe talk with someone. But that is one of the best times that you can practice this mindfulness practice. What you can do is just close your eyes and simply be aware of the current posture. That is all you got to do, right? So this is how we practice this. Now, someone can ask a question like, is it related to mindfulness? Yes, it is. Why not? Mindfulness is all about bringing your mind from the past or the future to this present moment, this current situation, and to be more focused inwardly, right? In your inner world. So that this is a one part of practice of mindfulness. So this is called Iriyapatha meditation. Okay. Now the section that I taught you is the very first step of Iriyapatha. There are another few steps that you have to practice while doing this, but this is the very first step that we have to master. So whenever you're free, right, find a time during the day to practice this, right? For an example, let's say you came home after working, you came home. What do you have to do? Just make a cup of tea and sit down on a chair, and then have the cup of tea and simply be aware of the posture. Ask from yourself, what am I doing right now, right? What feelings that I'm experiencing, right? What is the posture that I'm right now? When you do that, it is a simple practice of mindfulness. The more you do it, the more you will get used to it, and then the more your mind will be at the present moment. So add this little simple practice of mindfulness to your daily life and practice it. So I wish you all, may you be healthy, happy, and free from all the sufferings. Namo Buddhaya.